Arham, you've been a real asset to this company, Mr. Reyes said, adjusting his gold cufflinks. I appreciate your loyalty.
Nice.
I smiled politely, even though my heart was pounding. Thank you, sir. I've done my best. He leaned back in, his leather chair, nodding. 5 years. That's no small thing. I haven't forgotten what I promised. My chest rose. So, ... promotion. He smiled again, too smooth.
Outcasts.
Come to the conference room in 10. We're announcing it formally. It blinked. It's happening now? Yes, and Arham. He gave me a pointed look. You've done well. Whatever happens in there, just know that. That didn't sound right. I left his office feeling uneasy. My hands were sweaty. I had prepared for this moment in my mind 1,000 times. His words wasn't what I expected. As I walked into the conference room, a small group had already gathered. I caught Zion laughing near the front, looking way too confident for someone barely here 6 months. Yo, Arham, he called, smirking. Big day, huh? I forced a nod. Yeah. Let's see what happens, he chuckled. Don't worry. Got a good feeling. A good feeling. Mr. Reyes stepped in moments later, clapping his hands. Everyone thank you for coming. I'll keep this short. I inhaled slowly. As you all know, we've been considering a leadership shift in the marketing division, he began. After careful thought, we've selected someone who embodies energy, innovation, and a strong vision for the future. My heart pounded in my ears. I'm proud to announce that Zion will be stepping up as our new head of marketing. I stared at him. My ears rang. I thought I misheard. Zion stepped forward like he knew it all along. Thank you, Mr. Reyes. I won't let you down. Applause followed. Someone slapped his back. I didn't clap. I said. Mr. Reyes caught my eye for a brief second but looked away. Zion turned toward me with that same grin. Guess we're moving up fast, huh? What? I whispered. Don't look so shocked, he said, voice low. Business, you? My voice cracked. You knew? I had to do what I had to do, he said, shrugging. This place needs energy. Steady, but not exactly exciting. I couldn't breathe. You took credit for my campaigns, I hissed. I pitched them better, he whispered back. That's the game. I brought you in. You didn't even know how the system worked. Yeah, he laughed softly. And now, I'm running it. I stepped back. My stomach turned. Arham, Mr. Reyes's voice called across the room. You okay? I forced a nod. Just need air. I walked out without another word. In the hallway, I pressed my palm against the wall. This wasn't happening. 5 years, sleepless nights. Deadlines I met when everyone else bailed. Late dinners at my desk. And I handed Zion his entry-level resume, and now he was my boss. I sat on the bench near the exit. Head in my hands, bro, a voice said. I looked up. Same, my only friend at work, sat beside me. You okay, he asked. I shook my head. Did? You know, he hesitated. There were rumors. Didn't think why him. He rubbed the back of his neck. He's charming. Clients like him, you're good, Arham. Better, but you don't play the game. I laughed bitterly. Guess that's my fault. Same looked guilty. It's not fair. No, I said quietly. It's not. I mean, you built the entire outreach system. You just renamed it and pitched it in a different font. Yeah, I stood up slowly, but I'm the one. Sitting outside the conference room while he basks in the spotlight. He didn't say anything. I looked back toward the glass door. Zion was already shaking hands with department heads. Like a prince claiming a throne. Something shifted inside me then. Not sadness. Not jealousy. It was something colder. He smiled my ideas into a crown and wore it, and I let him. Not anymore. Asterisk. Heard what happened, Miwish said quietly, glancing around before stepping closer to my desk. I didn't look up. Yeah. Big win for Zion. She hesitated. You okay? I'm fine. Silence. Then she leaned in. Look. You didn't hear it from me. Buddy's been saying things. Stuff that made Mr. Reyes doubt you. I looked at her. What kind of stuff? He told him you were. emotionally unpredictable. Said you. Lash out under pressure. That you take on too much and then collapse. My chest tightened. That's not true. I know, but that's what Mr. Reyes believes now. I leaned back, trying not to explode. All those years, all the results. They don't matter? Melwish looked down. People remember stories, not stats. I stared at my screen. Everything blurred. And my campaigns. She hesitated again. Melwish. He claimed he designed most of it. That you helped, but he refined the strategy. I laughed bitterly. He refined it? She winced. I'm sorry, I stood abruptly. Where is he? Wait, Erham, don't do anything stupid. I ignored her and marched down the hall. Zion's voice drifted from the break room. No, man, I'm telling. You, he was saying. Arham's a decent guy, but he panics when things go sideways. I kept us on track during Q3. My heart dropped. I basically had to redo his pitch deck from scratch, he continued. Made it client-friendly, you know? Another voice laughed. No wonder Reyes picked you. I mean, I get results. He gets stressed. That's the difference. I stepped inside. That's the difference, huh? Zion froze. May redo my pitch deck. Really? He stood quickly. It's not what it sounds like. Well, I think it's exactly what it sounds like. Look, I was just trying to paint a full picture. That's all. By lying? By stabbing me in the back? It's just business, he said, shrugging. Everyone exaggerates a little. You called me unstable. Said you get overwhelmed under pressure. Same thing. He raised his hands. Chill, all right? No, I won't chill. I took a step forward. You used me too. Get in, stole my work, lied to my boss, and now you're telling everyone I'm unfit? Man, you're overreacting. Overreacting?
Ice.
Sharp and bitter. I should have let you rot when you begged me to get you that internship. You think I needed you? Yes, I snapped. You needed me. And now you're pretending I was the problem. He leaned closer, voice low. No one cares who. Did what, Arham? They care who looks better doing it. I felt something crack inside me. You're disgusting. He smirked. I'm in charge now. Get used to it. I walked out before I punched him. Back at my desk, same appeared minutes. Later, you good? He asked carefully. You knew, didn't you? He shifted awkwardly. I had suspicions, but you didn't say anything. I didn't know how to. I thought it'd pass. I stared at him. Pass. He took everything. I know, but I can't afford to get in the middle, man. Wow, don't look at me like that, he said. It's not that I don't care. I just... I have my own stuff. I was your friend. You still are. No, I said, cold. Friends don't stay silent when they see betrayal. Come on, Arham, forget it. He opened his mouth, but closed it again, and he walked away. I sat alone. Everywhere I looked, people were smiling, laughing, like nothing had happened. I opened the folder where I kept the old campaign files. Every strategy, every word, every chart. Mine, and now his. I closed it. A line from my father echoed in my mind. The worst kind of thief is the one who takes your trust. That was the day something in me changed. Not just hurt, not just anger, but something deeper, like the breaking of a bone that would never set the same again. Asterisk. Arham, can I see you for a minute? Mr. Reyes asked, standing at my desk like nothing had happened last week. I looked up slowly. Sure. He led me into his office and closed the door. His tie was too straight, his smile too calm. What's going on? I asked. He motioned for me to sit. We're making some structural changes across departments. Okay, there's been budget pressure from the board. We're tightening teams, realigning roles. I stared at him. You're firing. Me, he paused. We're letting some people go. It's not personal. Not personal. I laughed once after 5 years. You've been valuable, Arham. Then why am I being pushed out while Zion brings energy? Fresh ideas. Clients respond to him. Clients responded to my strategies. He just presented them. He folded his hands. This is final. I sat there hollow. Gave this company everything. I'm sorry. HR will process your severance. You can collect your things today. I didn't move. You're a smart guy. You'll land on your feet. I stood slowly, he said. I was next in line. I changed my mind, he said, flat. No, you let him change your mind. I walked out without another word. At my desk, Mewish stood waiting, eyes full of pity. I'm sorry. Don't, I said. Just give me the box. She handed it to me quietly. Zed appeared, leaning on the doorway like a movie villain. Rough day. I didn't look at him. No hard feelings, right? He asked. It's just ... restructuring. Say one more word, I warned. He chuckled. You're sensitive. I turned, staring him down. You should be worried. Sensitive people don't forget. His smirk slipped just a little. I packed my things in silence. My team didn't say a word. The same didn't even look up. I carried the box down the hall with my head high, but my heart felt like a smashed mirror. Outside, the air hit me hard. I sat on the curb with my box on my lap. My phone buzzed. Samir, I picked up. Hello, bro. Mewish just called me. What the hell happened? I got fired. Are you serious? They said it was restructuring. Budget cuts. Lies? Yeah. Want me to come get you? I don't even know where I'm going. You're going home, he said. I'll be there in 10. He showed up fast, still in his office shirt, sleeves rolled. Get in, he said. You look like crap. Feel worse. We drove in silence for a while. You want to fight this legally? He asked. I can look into wrongful termination. They'll say it was performance-based. I know how to push back. At least make them sweat. Ow. I looked out the window. What's the point? To make it cost them. I shook my head. I don't want more drama. I just want to be invisible right now. Samir sighed. You're not nothing, Arham. They made a mistake. No, I made the mistake. We pulled up to my apartment. Samir helped me carry the box inside. Talk to your mom, he said. Then call me. Thanks, man. Always. He left, and I stood at the door for a moment, bracing myself. Inside, Amy looked up from the couch. You're home early? I tried to smile. Surprise. She noticed the box. What's that? I got ... let go. She sat up, concerned. Why? What happened? I sat beside her, suddenly exhausted. They said it was company changes. But you've worked so hard, I know, Amy. Is it that cousin of yours? Zion. I didn't answer. She reached for my hand. Didn't do anything wrong. Doesn't matter. He played the game better. Her eyes filled with tears. You're not a loser, Beta. You're good. Honest. That means something. Not in their world. It means everything in mine. Okay. I nodded, swallowing the lump. In my throat that night, after she went to sleep, I sat alone in the dark. No job, no friends, no pride. I cried like I hadn't cried in years. Not soft, tears deep, shaking sobs that tore from my chest, but in that pain, something sparked. I didn't know what it was yet, but it burned. Asterisk, where have you been, man? Samir asked, stepping into my one-room flat. You disappeared? It needed to vanish for a bit. He looked around. This place is ... tight. It's all I need. You're working delivery now. 3 apps, 7 days a week. That's brutal. Not as brutal as betrayal. He sat on the worn-out chair. You planning to live like this forever? No, I said. I'm planning something better. Like what? I tossed him a tablet. I've been learning. Digital marketing, UI UX, front-end dev. He scrolled through. You built this? Every page, every line of code, he whistled. Not bad. When do you sleep? Did I crash mid-keystroke? He looked at me. You're different. I don't have time to be the old me. You mean the guy who believed in loyalty and hard work? Yeah. Gave a hollow laugh. Yeah, that idiot. Arham, you weren't an idiot. I just didn't see the game. He leaned forward. You're seeing it now, crystal clear. Samir. Put the tablet down. So, what's the plan? I'm launching a business consulting service, targeting small firms that can't afford big agencies. You'll need traction. I'll start with 2 free clients, just for testimonials. And after that, ads, content funnels, cold email outreach. I've already drafted everything. He nodded slowly. You're serious? This is all I've got. He smiled. I know a guy. I looked up. What kind of guy? Investor, angel type. Likes underdogs. I'm not ready to pitch. You're ready enough. Show him your prototype. What's the catch? He hates ego. Talk real, not hype. I can do that. Samir pulled out his phone. His name's Adil. You'll meet him tomorrow. Just like that? Just like that. I believe in you. I sat back. Thanks. You don't have to prove anything to me. I'm not proving it to you. He smiled faintly, I know. The next evening, I sat across from a man in a gray sweater and no watch. So Arham, Adil said, Mir tells me you're working on something. I am. You quit corporate? I was thrown out. Why? Office politics? Nepotism? He raised an eyebrow. Your cousin? Exactly. Go on. I spent months learning everything I didn't know. Built a full-service digital platform alone. It's lean, focused, and scalable. He looked at my site. You built this from scratch? Yes. Clicked. Fast load times. Clean. UI, you coded the back end. I used Firebase and React. He glanced at me. Not bad. Watched him study it in silence. What's your ask? He finally said, seed funding just enough to cover a basic team, marketing, and tools for 6 months. And what do I get? Equity, loyalty, and results. He smiled. You sound angry. I'm focused. Same thing, sometimes. Not chasing revenge, but you want to win. I want to build. He leaned back. I like you. I'm not here to be liked. Even better. He tapped the table. Okay, I'm in. You're serious? Don't thank me yet? Show me what you can do with 5 lakhs. I'll make it stretch like 10. I'll hold you to that. Back home, I stared at my ceiling, heart racing. I had a chance. I had backing. Now I just had to become the kind of person who deserved it. Asterisk. Your website's live, Danish said, spinning around in his chair. No bugs. Runs smooth. I checked the screen. Nice work. He grinned. Told you I could handle the back end. You didn't lie. Does that mean I'm hired? Raised an eyebrow. Weren't you already working here? For free, he reminded. Intern-level dignity. I laughed. You're official now. Monthly contract starts today. Danish stood and clapped dramatically. Ladies and gentlemen, no. Wait, there's just us. History is being made. I smirked. Get back to work, Shakespeare. He flopped down. How many clients do we have? 2 big ones? Nope. One sells handmade candles. The other runs a dental clinic. He whistled. All right, small fish. Small. Fish feed big sharks. He nodded. What's next? Traffic, outreach, testimonials. I'll optimize the servers. And I'll stalk LinkedIn until someone replies. Just then, Saba walked in with a tablet in hand. I rewrote our pitch, she said. Cut the fluff, added stats. I took the tablet. Let's hear it. She stood straight, cleared her throat. We are an affordable growth partner for businesses ready to scale, but tired of overpaying agencies that overpromise and underdeliver. Catchy. I added a section on case results. Even if they're small, good, authentic works. She said. Also, our Instagrams live. First post has 6 likes. I smiled. We're practically famous. Should I run ads? Start slow. 100 rupees a day. Geo-targeting, let's test conversion first. You're the boss, she said. Not yet. Just try not to crash. She leaned forward. We won't crash. Danish chimed in. We'll make noise. Trust me. That night, I sat alone in the same room where I once cried over a cardboard box. Now there were whiteboards, sticky notes and code scribbles taped to the wall. It wasn't pretty, but it was. Mine 2 weeks later, Saba burst in. Got 3 inbound leads? What? From where? Organic search? One found us through Google? Seriously, she turned her screen. Local clothing boutique. Wants a full-service marketing package. Respond. Set a call for tomorrow. I already did. I paused. You like it here, don't you? She blinked. Is that a trick question? No, just wondering. Like the fight, she said. Everyone else wants perfect resumes. You looked at my drive? You showed it. I don't want to just build a brand. I want to build something that matters. Stick around then, I plan to. Calls turned into contracts. Contracts turned into invoices. Invoices turned into payments. Danish came running one morning. We got paid for which client? The boutique full deposit. I checked the balance. We're officially profitable. He danced. We're not. Broke anymore? Saba raised a toast paper coffee cups. To growth. I held mine up. To loyalty. They clinked their cups. To rebuilding from dust. A few days later, I found Saba working late. You should go home, I said. Soon, you okay? Sighed. It's weird. This all feels ... real now. It is real. Do you ever get scared? All the time. But you keep going. I don't have another choice. She looked at me. I'm glad you hired me. I'm glad you stayed. Sat in silence for a moment, the hum of our tiny server buzzing nearby. I don't want to work anywhere else, she said. Good, because you're cool now. She blinked. Wait, what? You've earned it? Title? Equity? The works? Are you serious? Completely, she smiled, the kind that hides tears. I won't let you down, I know. Later that week, Danish showed me a glitch. He fixed in the code, cleaned up the API. It was slowing the load time. I nodded. Nice. Can I ask something? Shoot. Why'd you hire me? You needed a break. I knew what that felt like. Stared at the screen. I was failing everywhere before this. No, you're not. You saved me, man. No, I said you just needed a place to prove yourself. He grinned. You ever think about how far this could go? Every day? He looked up. We'll build an empire, yeah? I said, smiling. I get quietly. Asterisk, did you hear? Samir asked, sliding his phone across the table. I glanced down. What am I looking at? Raya's group. Their Q4 losses just leaked. I raised an eyebrow. That bad? Worse? Bleeding clients? Stockholders panicking? Internal layoffs? I sipped my chai.
Nice.
And Zion? Still pretending he's in control? I leaned back. Figures he overhired or promised. Overspent on tech he didn't understand. I exhaled. Karma doesn't miss. Samir tapped the table. You know what this means, right? It means I was right. It also means opportunity. I glanced at him. Don't even say it. You should buy it. I laughed. Buy the company that kicked me out like trash? Exactly. You sound insane. He smirked. You have a profitable business. A loyal team. Investors watching. I'm not interested in revenge buys. Samir leaned in. This isn't about revenge. It's about power. That evening, Saba barged into my office. Tell me. It's true. I looked up. What? Zion's company. Crumbling. People are tweeting about it. It's true. She grinned. You manifested this. I didn't do anything exactly. That's the best part. I stayed quiet. She lowered her voice. What are you? Going to do nothing? You're lying. I smiled. Maybe. 2 days later, Samir brought an envelope. What's this? I asked. A letter of intent to acquire Raya's group. I blinked. Are you serious? You said maybe. Wasn't a yes. You don't have to commit. Just show interest. Let them sweat. I opened the envelope. You've already filled it out? Just sign. I'm not sure I'm ready. You're not the guy who walked out with a box anymore. That night, I stared at the document under the desk lamp. I whispered to myself, it's time. Then, I signed it. A week later, Samir and I sat across from Mr. Reyes in a quiet, upscale office. He looked exhausted. Samir broke the silence. We're here to make an offer. Mr. Reyes studied me. I remember you. I nodded. You should. I never approved that firing. You didn't stop it either. He sighed. It was a mistake. No, I said. It was necessary. He glanced at the letter. You think you can turn this around? I don't think I know. He folded his hands. Zion won't like this. I'm not here for his approval. He looked me dead in the eye. Why should I sell to you? Because you're already drowning, and I'm the only one who knows where the holes are. Back at the office, Saba was waiting. Well, he's considering it, I said. She raised an eyebrow. That's a yes in corporate language. Maybe. Don't play humble now, I laughed. We'll see. She hesitated. You sure you're ready to face Zion? I looked her in the eye. I'm not the same man he left behind. 3 days later, I got the call. Mr. Riaz's voice came through. They're yours if you still want them. I closed my eyes. Send the papers. Samir walked in the next morning holding a newspaper. Front page. I took it. Riaz Group acquired by Rising Startup. My photo underneath Saba appeared at the door. You did it? I nodded. We did. Danish poked his head in. So, do I get to keep my desk? I grinned. We're moving. Bigger office. He fist pumped. Finally, Saba asked. And Zion? He'll know soon enough. I visited the building quietly, with Samir by my side. We walked through the familiar halls. Receptionist blinked. At me? Can I help? Oh my God, Arham. Hello again? Wow. I heard things. But I didn't think, where's Zion? In his office? Should I? No need. Zion looked up as we walked in. He froze. You? Me. Samir handed him the papers. Effective immediately. Ownership has changed. His face drained. This is a joke. No, he stood. This is my company was. He clenched his fists. You set me up. I didn't have to. You did it to yourself. You're a nobody. Then how did I just buy you? He threw the papers across the table. You'll regret this. I stared at him, calm, unshaken. You should pack. Outside, Samir exhaled. That went better than I expected. I didn't come to fight. He nodded. You came to finish the story. No, I said. I came to start a new one. Is it done? I asked. Samir nodded, sliding the documents across the table. The holding company made the offer this morning. Nice. Riaz accepted. Didn't even blink. Desperate. Drowning. I stared at the signature. Mr. Riaz had no idea who was behind it. Just a quiet, faceless investor swooping in to rescue what remained. I tapped the folder. Schedule the visit. Sabah walked in as Samir left. So, it's done. Her lips curved. He has no idea, does he? None, she grinned. And Zion? Still thinks he's king. She pulled up a mock-up on her tablet. What do you think? The new office plaque read. CEO Arham Azim. I smiled. Print it. The elevator ride to the 9th floor was silent. I hadn't stepped foot in this building since the day I walked out with my box. Saba stood beside me, calm as always. You ready? I adjusted my cuff. I've never been more... The receptionist stood as we entered. Can I help you? Tell Mr. Riaz's buyer has arrived, I said. She blinked. You're Mr. Hader? No, but he'll understand. Mr. Riaz stood when we entered, his face turned white. You. Nodded. Good to see you again. He looked at Saba, then back at me. You bought us. I took a seat. Technically, the holding company did, but yes. He sank into his chair. Why? Because you were willing to sell. Swallowed hard. Does Zion know? Glanced toward the door. He's about to. Zion barged in seconds later. Riaz, I just got a call from... He froze. I didn't move. Hello, Zion? His voice cracked. No. This is some sick. It's real. It's real. Cantu, this is mine? Not anymore. He laughed bitterly. You conned your way in. No, I said. I earned my way back. He turned to Mr. Riaz. You let this happen? Mr. Riaz didn't speak. Zion's eyes darted. You're not CEO. I slid the nameplate across the table. CEO Arham. AZEEM.ZAN. Backed away like. It burned him. You're bluffing. I'm not. You were nothing. I stood slowly. And now you answer to me. He stormed out. Saba sat down. Well, that went well? Mr. Reyes rubbed his temples. This is unbelievable. Leaned forward. It's not personal, Mr. Reyes. It feels personal. It's business. You took a risk on the wrong man. I'm here to clean it up. He looked at me. You planning to gut us? I'm planning to save what's left. We walked down the hall. Staff whispered. Eyes widened. Faces I remembered, people who once avoided eye contact, now nodded. Respectfully, Saba whispered, they're all watching you. Nodded. Let them. She smirked. You want your moment, don't you? Stopped at the door. Go on, she said. Take it. The office was just like I remembered. Same desk, same view, same chair. But now, the name on the door was mine. I walked in and sat. Same seat where I once stood begging for a chance. Now I owned it. Saba placed the nameplate down. Perfect fit. Leaned back. It really is. Samir called moments later. You're in. I'm sitting in the chair. He laughed. How does it feel? Peaceful? No victory dance? No need. Silence is loud enough. He paused. You really pulled it off? No, I said. We did. Zion didn't show up for the rest of the day. I didn't. Asked. Later that evening, Danish knocked on the glass. Sir, come in. He looked around wide-eyed. You actually bought it? Yep. Zion's gone? Gone? He smiled. Can I update my LinkedIn now? I laughed. Go. Ahead, Saba sat across from me as the sun dipped behind the skyline. This your closure? She asked. I shook my head. This is my beginning. She nodded slowly. What now? I stared at the city lights. Now we build something they can't. Break asterisk. Wait, you want me to report too? Him. Zion's voice cracked. I didn't look up from the file. Yes. To Danish? Yes. He laughed, sharp and bitter. You've got to be kidding. Danish stood awkwardly beside him, silent. You're assigning me under the intern you once asked me to fire? Zion spat. I finally looked at him. No. I'm assigning you under the developer you mocked. It's his punishment. It's structure. He turned to Danish. You're loving this, aren't you? Danish swallowed. I'm just doing my job. Exactly, I said, flipping the page. And now, so will you. In the hallway, Mr. Reyes caught up to me. You sure this is wise? Very. You're humiliating him? No, I replied, pausing. I'm humbling him, he sighed. And me? What's my role? Consultant? 2 weeks? That's it? It's generous. He shifted. I built this company. You sold it. That afternoon, we gathered everyone in the main conference room. I stood at the head. Composed. Thank you all for coming. Today begins a new chapter. Saba stepped forward, tablet in hand. We'll be implementing a new leadership structure effective immediately. I nodded. Some of you will be reporting to new managers. Some of those managers were once ignored in this very room. Murmurs. I pointed toward Danish.
For those?
On the dev team, this is your new team lead. Zion flinched. Danish blinked. Hi. Thanks. I'll keep things fair. Someone clapped. Others followed. Even a few smiles. Zion didn't clap. Later in the meeting room, Zion cornered me. Think this makes you powerful? No, I said softly, but it makes things right. You're not even yelling, gloating, nothing, because I don't need to. He stepped closer. You want me gone? Just say it. I don't. Then what the hell is this? Consequence. I slammed a hand on the table. This isn't you. I met his eyes. You don't know me anymore. You've changed. No, I've become. He turned away, shaking his head. You think they respect you? They fear you. Fear and respect are earned the same way by being consistent. He scoffed. Enjoy the throne while it lasts. I intend to. Back at my desk, Saba entered with a knowing smirk. Didn't take it well? Predictably, you're calm. That bothers him more than shouting ever could. She chuckled. You know, most people dream of moments like this. I used to, I admitted. Now it just feels necessary. Nodded, quiet power. Exactly. Mr. Reyes knocked lightly. You have a minute? I motioned him in. I'll be honest, I thought you'd tear this place down. I thought about it. So why didn't you? 'Cause karma does better work when left alone. He looked tired. You've grown. I had to. He stepped closer. You're letting me stay for 2 weeks? Yes. Why? Closure for both of us. The next morning, Zion didn't show up for his meeting. I let it slide at noon. Danish appeared in my office, hesitant. Can I talk to you? Of course it's Zion. He won't take my calls, ignored my messages. I sighed. And he's supposed to lead the UI review today, then lead it without him. He blinked. Really? You earned this? He nodded slowly. Thanks for believing in me. I believed in the one who showed up when no one else would. Evening, I found Zion in the break room, alone. You missed your meeting. He didn't turn, didn't feel like showing up. That's not how this works. He sipped his coffee. You're not going to fire me? No. Why not? Because you're not worth the energy. He froze. I continued. Work. Your role or don't. That choice is yours. You used to look up to me. No. I used to look past you. He didn't respond. I walked away. 2 days later, Zion submitted his resignation. He didn't say a word, just left the letter on my desk. I read it in silence, folded it in half, and placed it in my drawer. Saba walked in. He's gone? Yes. You okay? I'm settled. In our next team meeting, I stood at the front again. No big speech today, I said. Only this thank you for believing in something better. Applause. No fireworks. Revenge speech. No raised voice, just quiet, just peace. And it felt more powerful than anything I'd ever imagined. The office was quiet, almost too quiet. A knock broke the silence. Come in, I said, without looking up. It was Zion. I recognized his walk before I saw his face. Do you have a minute? He asked. I nodded. You're here. He stood awkwardly, unsure of whether to sit. He didn't. I wasn't sure if I should come, he said. But you did. His eyes were tired. I didn't come to fight. I assumed that. I just need to say something. I closed my laptop. Ahead. I didn't mean to destroy you, he said, voice low. Just wanted more. I studied him. You got more? He laughed bitterly. No, I got louder, bigger, not better. Silence. I thought, if I pushed you out, I'd rise faster. You did. I fell harder, he whispered. I said nothing. He rubbed his forehead. I lost everything. You lost yourself first. He nodded slowly. I think you're right. He looked at my nameplate. See, Ora Mazim. Looks good there. It belongs there. He exhaled. You know, I used to dream of that spot. I remember. I used to sit in meetings imagining what I'd change if I had the power. And now I realize power without integrity is useless. I didn't respond. He looked down. You don't hate me? I shook my head. No. You don't pity me either, do you? No. His voice cracked. And what do you feel? Distance? He blinked. That's worse. It's maybe. He stepped closer. I came for closure. I raised a brow. Closure or forgiveness? Hesitated. Both. I stared at him. I've already closed that chapter. You didn't even yell. I didn't need to. He swallowed hard. I hurt you. Yes. I regret it. That's between you and yourself. He nodded, eyes glistening. I deserve that. Not everything needs an answer, Zion. He looked at the floor. So this is it. This is peace. He opened his mouth, then closed it. I should go, he said. You already left. I replied softly. At the door he paused. For what it's worth, I am sorry. I met his eyes. Then be better. Somewhere else. He didn't reply. He didn't have to. He left without another word. I sat alone, breathing in the silence he left behind. No anger, no triumph, Just quiet, just closure. And somehow, that was enough. Asterisk Danish. That pitch deck was solid, I said. Flipping through the final slides, he leaned forward smiling. We didn't cut corners. I made sure every number matched our real impact. That's the difference now. We don't sell dreams. We build them. Saba chimed in from across the room. Clients trust authenticity more than hype, and the team trusts you. I trust them too, I replied. Merit leads, not politics. Danish chuckled. Feels weird not having to suck up to survive. Exactly why I'm doing this differently. Later that day, I walked the floor. The energy was lighter, healthier. Morning, sir, one of the interns greeted me. No, sir, here. Just Arham. He grinned. Arham. Got it. Saba joined me in the hallway. It's the new content lead. She used to work under Zion. She's good. It's very. Kept her head down, did her job. Never got promoted. She will now if she earns it. Saba nodded. Your system's working. Back in my office, I looked at the whiteboard. We're almost ready for the next round of hires, Danish said, entering. Get the applications from HR. Focus on potential, not just past titles. Dunawand. Remember Umar? The finance guy who never spoke in meetings. Yeah. He stood up for you after the board meeting. Quietly. He's still available? Just left his last job. Call him in. Loyalty deserves a seat. Saba glanced at the glass door. Now they talk about you now? Good things, I hope? Better than that. They say you're fair. Trying to be, it's not about revenge anymore. As Danish added, feels more like rebuilding. Rebuilding with better bricks, I said. That afternoon, called a team meeting. I know the past wasn't kind to everyone, I began, and some of you were forced to play by rules that didn't value you. Heads nodded. Eyes locked in. But this time, we're doing it differently. Promotions are earned. Respect is given. Mistakes are learned from, not punished. Saba whispered to me they're really listening because they believe it. One of the older employees raised a hand. What if we mess up and we fix it together? You won't be thrown under the bus here. Someone else asked, do we still have to go through 5 levels? For approvals, I grinned. No bureaucracy for the sake of control, just clear accountability. They laughed, and that laughter felt like music. After the meeting, Danish clapped me on the back. You're a different man now. I had to burn to rebuild. Saba looked at me. Was it worth it? I smiled. Every scar. That evening, I stayed behind, staring at the empty boardroom. This was mine now. Not through revenge, but through rebuilding with truth. With people who mattered. With my rules. Asterisk. You've been up here a while, Saba said gently, walking onto the rooftop. I used to come here when I felt like breaking. She joined me by the ledge. And now, it's quiet, but not empty. You did it, Aram. No, I lived it. That's the difference. The skyline stretched before me like an open wound that had finally scarred over. The same city that once suffocated me now breathed with me. I used to cry watching this. View, I murmured. Felt like the world was winning. Now it feels like I'm still here. That's enough. Saba leaned on the railing. Do you regret any of it? No, not the pain, not the betrayal, not even forgiving. Without saying it out loud, she glanced at me. Zion. He came to me hoping for something. Redemption. Relief. And you gave him silence. She smiled faintly. You really have changed. I didn't want revenge. I wanted peace. I just didn't know peace wasn't loud. What did you think it would feel like? Victory. Applause. People watching me rise. And now, stillness. The kind that doesn't need to be seen. I took a deep breath and looked at the horizon. You remember what Amy used to say? Saba nodded. The best revenge is becoming someone they can't touch. I never really understood it, till now. My phone buzzed. Danish. You. Still working? I asked as I answered. Trying not to, he laughed. Just wanted to say the launch numbers are in, and we broke projections by a lot. Could let the team know it's their win. They already know. Dada. Gave them that. I hung up and turned back to Saba. Everything's okay. I said, almost in disbelief. You earned that, okay? I don't feel like a king. I feel grounded. You are, and that's better. I looked down at the street where I once walked home jobless and broken. I thought success would be proving them wrong, I whispered, but it wasn't. It was realizing I never needed their approval to begin with. Saba pulled her scarf tighter. It's getting cold. I used to hate the cold. Reminded me of loneliness. And now, it reminds me I survived it. We stood in silence for a long while, not awkward. Just full. When people talk about you, she finally said, they don't mention the drama. What do they mention? Your patience, your choices, your peace. That's enough for me. The wind picked up. I closed my eyes. Zion, lost everything trying to win, I said. And you won everything by letting go. We walked to the door. I'm not angry anymore, I told her. I know. I'm not scared either. That's how you know you healed. As I turned to look at the city one last time, I felt something strange. Not pride, not pain, just peace. And that was more than I ever hoped for. Asterisk, I sat at my old desk. Now mine again and opened a blank page. Not for reports. Not for numbers. Just closure. Dear Zion, I began, then paused. No, he didn't deserve a letter, but I did. So I wrote to myself. You survived what was meant to destroy you. You turned betrayal into fuel and silence into strength. They took everything. But they couldn't take your will. That's what saved you. That's what built this empire. Forgive them, not for them, but for you. Because you deserve peace more than revenge. I folded the letter and slipped it into the drawer. I didn't need to send it, didn't need applause, didn't need a final scene. Just this quiet moment, just the knowledge that I made it, not in spite of them, but because I refused to become like them. Saba knocked lightly. Everything okay? She asked. I smiled. Yeah, I'm just done writing the story they started. She tilted her head. And what now? Now, I said, standing up, I start writing mine. And this time, I'm the only author.